If you are vaccinated, my vaccine status and everyone else's vaccine status does not matter. Hello, Catholic Controversy here. And there's been a lot of misinformation and bad science, fake science, people that don't know what they're talking about what they're going to do and what they need to do in order to feel comfortable with viruses and vaccines. And the main thing is that people have been saying, in order for me to feel safe, even though I'm vaccinated, you have to be vaccinated too. That's the only way I can be safe. And you don't understand what you're talking about. Now, before I go any further, I just want to fully disclose for anyone that may be listening that I'm not a doctor. I'm not even a master's, but I do have a bachelor's of science. And I paid attention back in biology class, back in elementary, middle, and high school. So I know what I'm talking about, and everything I'm going to be talking about are things that we have known for at least a century, the better part of a century, probably more than that, and ever since like real good modern germ theory has been known. So I'm not going to be speaking about anything specifically. I'm just going to be speaking about concepts about viruses and illnesses and vaccines that we have known pretty much since we understood them. Okay, so what happens when you get sick? What happens when you get the chicken pox? When you're a little child and someone at daycare coughs on you and you get the chicken pox. Well, what happens is that the chicken pox virus enters your system, enters your body, and your immune system doesn't recognize it. It doesn't recognize that it's a foreign pathogen and that it needs to fight it. It just thinks that it's air or whatever. Until it starts wreaking havoc on your body, starts killing some of your cells and multiplying like crazy, then your body says, I better kill this thing. And then you get the fever and the symptoms, and it flushes all the viruses out of your system. And then your body makes a note, your immune system makes a note of what that virus looked like and says, we're not going to let this happen again. And that's why your parents don't get the chickenpox when you have the chickenpox. That's why you can only get the chickenpox once. That's why adults typically don't get the chickenpox because they already had it when they were a child and they've built up an immunity to it. Now, that's how pretty much every single virus works. Just go through them all. Polio, mumps, whooping cough. Yeah, that your body will get the virus and then it fights it off and it remembers not to let that again, and kills it right on the spot when it tries to enter. But there are a lot of viruses out there that they kind of suck. Yeah, that's it. They suck really, really bad. They could kill you or leave you paralyzed or do something really, really bad to you. Like your whooping cough and your polio and the mumps, like I said. So, it'd be kind of rough to say, okay, you got to get these in order to make sure that you're safe from them, or just go through life wondering if you're going to get it. Well, that's where vaccines come into play. You see, what vaccines do is that they basically trick your body into thinking that it has the virus so that it builds up the immunities without having to actually have the virus. Let's use an example. So let's say that a virus has the shirt on that says, "My name is Brett," and it goes into your body, and your body is just like, some guy named Brett came in. And then Brett starts killing people, stabbing them, and making more copies of Brett. And your body says, okay, we need to stop this Brett guy. And we got to stop everyone in the future that's wearing a shirt that says, I am Brett, from coming in. So what a vaccine does is that it sends in a little scrawny dude that can't really do any damage. That's also wearing a shirt that says, my name is Brett. And what it does is it goes in and starts shoving some things, maybe knocks over a vase or something, and your body immediately kicks it out and says, not anymore. And it remembers, don't let anyone in that's wearing a shirt that says, I am Brett. So then when the big muscle guy comes in and says, I want in, your body says, nope, you're not coming in. And that's what vaccines do. They make it so that your body basically can't get it. Now, it's possible that the shirt may say, I am Brett Tholomew, or something, and that's how you might get sick. That's might how you get like a breakthrough case, but your body still recognizes it, and it might react a little bit faster. But for the most part, your body recognizes I am Bartholomew, any of that, and says, nope, you're not coming in. So, how do viruses get transmitted in the first place? Well, what happens is that someone with the virus, in the process of their body trying to get rid of the virus, spread throws all the viruses out. This is through things like saliva and snot and sometimes blood and other things like that. So what happens is that that's typically how it gets transmitted. But the reason that we don't get sick all the time, why someone could theoretically cough right in your face, if you're vaccinated or had the antibodies and had the sickness and don't have it anymore, well, you're good. If you're vaccinated against measles, someone with measles could cough right into your face, and you can be pretty confident that you're not going to get measles because you're vaccinated against it. Your body recognizes the measles virus and says, nope, you're not coming in, kill you right on sight. So that's why we get vaccinated. And this is something that people have known for centuries. And maybe not centuries, but a century. People have known this forever. This is why people get vaccinated. This is why your doctor says, your pediatrician says, hey, vaccinate your children against smallpox, against mumps, against measles, against chickenpox, against whooping cough, against all these different preventable diseases. But it doesn't really matter if someone in daycare has them and coughs on your kid, or they share a drink or whatever. They're probably not going to get it. That's more than likely they're not going to get it because their body recognizes it and says, no, we're not letting that virus in. We're not going to let anything happen. So do you see why it angers me so much when people say, I need to be vaccinated and you need to be vaccinated in order for us to feel comfortable, in order for me to feel comfortable? Because what that's saying is that you don't trust your vaccine. You don't trust your immune system. You don't think that the vaccine does anything because what the vaccines do, what all vaccines do, is they give you a shield. They block those viruses from getting in and messing up your immune system. So to say that you also can't have, you also have to have a vaccine to make sure that you're not going to be giving it to me, well, that just doesn't make any sense because, yeah, when you're vaccinated, you can't spread the disease. If you're vaccinated, you can't really spread chickenpox. You can't really spread measles. You can't really spread whooping cough because your body is not trying to get rid of that virus because it's not letting the virus in the first place. You can't spread any kind of sickness if you have the antibodies and immune system to recognize that that's a sickness. Sure, you could wipe it with your hands and whatnot, cross-contaminate, but that has nothing to do with the vaccine. Vaccinations or antibodies having the natural immunity to it, that's not going to stop your hands from touching things and cross-contaminating. So it really doesn't make any sense why you would say you have to be vaccinated in order for me to feel safe. This is just common knowledge virology. This is biology 101. This is immunology 101. This is stuff that everyone knew this and everyone was confident in this and everyone trusted their vaccines until about recently, which I don't really understand why people think that somehow something's a little bit different. But that's just how vaccines work. And you might be talking about breakthrough cases or actually variants because why do you need to get the flu shot every year if when you get the flu you build up the immunity? Well, that's because there's a lot of variants of the flu. Flu bugs mutate and you get different strains of it every year. But you know, having the vaccine isn't going to do anything against that. Someone else having it's not going to stop them from getting it as long as you're vaccinated. Because if you guys are both vaccinated against the same strain and someone has the other strain, well, it doesn't matter if they're vaccinated or not. You still probably are going to get that other strain of the flu. So yeah, it frustrates me when people are just so anti-science about this. When people just don't understand the science of biology and immunology. So if you want more information, look up the Wikipedia page of how vaccines work, of how viruses work. Pull up, get an elementary school textbook, a high school textbook on biology, and look up how the immune system works. Because this isn't new information. We've known this for years. Nothing new is coming out of this. I'm just speaking what I learned 20 something years ago in elementary school health class from the magic school bus, from, just basic medical knowledge, hundreds of years of information on sicknesses. This has been Catholic Controversy, signing off. May God bless you.